Hello there.
I'm Robert.
And I'm Vanessa.
We're late to the party.
And you know what they say.
A stranger's just a friend you haven't met. So 10 years later, and the Strangers are finally making their return. I remember back when the movie first came out, there were a lot of people that I knew that were really excited when this movie came out. It's very simple. It was pretty suspenseful. And the ending isn't your traditional, slasher horror, we're going to get the bad guy type ending. It's pretty much left open, clearly, for a sequel.
I have not seen The Strangers. I remember wanting to see it, and then I never got around to seeing it, and then here we are 10 years later. So, we are going to see this movie trailer right now.
Yeah, I guess there was a first trailer that came out in November. Didn't see that either. Had no clue. But they just released, I suppose, like a full trailer for Strangers 2, Prey at Night, I think it is. So, I don't know. We'll find out right now as we watch the trailer.
This place seems empty.
I think everybody leaves after Labor Day.
I'm supposed to wear white after Labor Day.
Nice, right?
There's someone else staying here?
Is Tamara home? I think you have the wrong trailer.
No, thanks.
I thought we were all alone.
No. Mm-mm.
Dad.
Mm-mm.
Okay. She's in a cop car, too.
Yeah. Based on true events, eh?
Yes. Ah, damn. That's a good shot.
Leave us alone! But we've just started.
Oh, goddamn. I would be so...
Prey at Night. So they got Christina Hendricks in there, which is kind of cool. I do like how they use I Think We're Alone Now. I really like the way that they utilize that in 10 Cloverfield Lane. I think they did it a little bit better, though, because it was just so perfect how it slid into that slow, ominous version of it, where this one did what we talked about when it's like they cocked the gun in the middle of the song to change up the tempo. But they did slow it down. I liked when they fell in the pool.
And it was muffled.
Yeah, that was cool. Visually, the part with all the lights, like they flicked on all the decorative lights in the backyard, that looked cool to me.
Question, why would you go to a place and then, like, if you think you're alone and then someone knocks on the door and you're like, okay. Like, I'd be like, nope, sorry, I'm out of here. I wouldn't even go there in the first place.
That's the thing, is so many more, I've always had issues with that in terms of, like, Sidney Prescott. I'm like, I could never live in that house surrounded by all those trees in the middle of nowhere. Like, I just can't do it.
I have, like, this, like, fear when, like, there's a big window and there's just nothing on the other side and you're just looking out there and then your mind will play tricks on you, of course, and you're just like, did I just see something? Yeah.
It's frightening, and that's the thing about The Strangers, is it was pretty frightening because, like you said, yeah, they come and knock on the door, they let you know of their presence, and then they just slowly stalk you. They have fun with it. It's a game to them. Which, to me, like, The Strangers was kind of the precursor to The Purge, except The Purge was just a little bit more in your face about it, where Strangers, there really wasn't a point to it. I mean, it was just what they did. they picked you. You were home. I think
Yeah.
that was one of the things too. Why us? It's like you were home. It was because it's random,
Yeah.
and it happened to fall on you. So I'm excited to see that it's a family now versus just the two. I think it was Scott Speedman and Liv Tyler in the first
Tyler,
one.
yeah.
Even Glenn Howerton, freaking Dennis Reynolds.
See, I know that one. I knew that he was in it.
Right.
Yeah.
But I mean, there are other movies, in my opinion, that kind of do this whole suspenseful, out in the middle of nowhere type scenario that I think
Yeah.
have done it a little bit better.
There was a movie that we watched a couple months ago on Netflix called Hush.
Yeah.
And I really liked it because it was in the middle of nowhere. She's living, but granted, she does have a neighbor down the street. But of course, in those houses, they're like a mile apart, basically. And so you're kind of alone. And someone's terrorizing her. But the thing is that this lady is deaf.
Yeah.
And so that's even worse.
Yeah. They do a
You
pretty
can't
good
hear them
job.
coming. But it was good. Like the whole time I was getting into it and I was like,
Yeah.
like I was telling her what to do, and you know that crazy.
She couldn't hear you?
Yeah.
That's the thing, though, is these are the kind of movies that they're so suspenseful being in the theater. Like, I wasn't all crazy about it because it was very simple for me. But a lot of other people are yelling and like, no, don't do that, go in there, oh! And there's moments in slasher films that have those moments, but the whole movie isn't like that. But they're good, suspenseful, edge-of-your-seat moments within an entire movie. The Strangers essentially is that moment in an entire movie. So I do like that she was driving a cop car, tells me cops are dead. And yeah, it's going to be a little bit bigger.
They always die.
Yeah, and that's the thing too, is like they're expanding on the world. It looks like that place with all the lights may have been a different house, and they're chasing them down away from the house, so expanding it. So I'm interested to see what they
Me
do
too.
with Stranger Things.
Strangers.
Strangers too. I got Stranger Things on the brain. I miss it.
Strangers too. So thank you so much for watching our reaction and review to Strangers 2 trailer.
Pray at night, and that we will, because this is terrifying. What did you guys think? Let us know in the comments below. You could also you could subscribe.
You can do the thing on our Facebook, Twitter, Tumblr, Instagram, Stardust.
All the social networking gin joints, you know where they are. Kicking to the party, fuel the party, keep the party going at our Patreon. Guess it's where we need to go. And as always, now it's time to say goodbye. And this party is over.